Well. To mark the upcoming release of Bumblebee, I thought I would subject myself to the last movie in the Transformers franchise, The Last Night. Ironically, I think they actually best describe my reaction to this movie in the first 5 minutes of the film.
This is what the end looks like!
Yeah, this movie, and the fact anyone liked it, definitely signals the end of times. How can anyone enjoy this big old pile of fuckery? So anyway, what's the deal with this? Well, we open in the Dark Ages, as if we couldn't figure that out by the fact that everyone is actually speaking Old English and riding around on horses. The filmmakers, Mr. Bay, treat the audience like morons and has to include a subtitle. I guess he knows his target audience then, eh? This movie, in the first 10 minutes, has such a weird and bizarre tonal shift, I didn't quite believe my eyes. We go from blazing battles, horses being smashed into by flaming boulders, and people dying all around, to some peaceful drunkard named Merlin on horseback riding pleasantly through the mountains. What? And then we learn that magic isn't magic. No, of course not, it's Transformers. And for some reason, one of the Transformers, those humanoid, highly intelligent and advanced robots, has decided he will be a dragon that anyone can command by way of a metal stick. Sorry, what? These are intelligent beings with a consciousness. One of them just decided it would be a dragon and just decided that anyone can command him? Why? So yeah, that's the intro to this big old pile of shit. Join me on this epic ride of why this movie is appalling and why you should hate yourself if you enjoyed it. Also, this is tongue-in-cheek, so don't be butthurt. I unfortunately feel I have to say this now, as every video, despite thinking my viewers were actually smart, there is always at least one person saying that I need to lighten up. No, this is comedy. You need to lighten up. So anyway, on with the show. So, then we're done with the end of times, we're pushed forward in time, 1600 years in fact, and we see that Optimus Prime, you know, he flew off into space at the end of the last movie. Well, apparently he didn't quite think that through, because despite being able to fly at the end, he froze. Apparently, the moment he breached the atmosphere. Great plan! Leader of the Autobots, saviour of mankind, protector of our tiny race. Flies into space and freezes. Destined to float through time and space due to an ill-conceived idea. Top marks there, you moron. And here is my main issue with this film, and in fact all of the Transformers films in general. Conveniently, they always forget what had happened in the previous film. This one, there is an opening dialogue from Sir Anthony Hopkins. Side note, how the hell did they get him to agree to be in this? But anyway, he says that Megatron has vanished. Sorry. Wasn't Megatron transformed into Galvatron at the end of the last film? Or do I need a CAT scan or something? Seriously. Michael Bay, if you're going to destroy this franchise, at least stick to your own goddamn continuity. You turned him into Galvatron. There is no Megatron now. Idiot. So the other main issue I have with Michael Bay, he always seems to include jailbait in his films. And I know, this has been said time and time again, but when you have a girl running around wearing this, and appears to be incredibly young, admittedly, side note, she isn't, she is in fact 17, but you're framing this character as a tough orphan, and because of that you are treading an incredibly fine line. It started with Megan Fox, definitely not jailbait, but from there the females in these Transformers films have gotten younger and younger looking. If people lost their mind over James Gunn, why is no one looking at Michael Bay and his reasoning for this shit? So anyway, we get introduced to this character who conveniently disappears halfway through the film, and then she introduces us to the most idiotic Transformers I've ever seen. One of them is called Canopy.
Covered. It's Canopy.
You what? Special power is being a canopy. Good one! Round of applause. So anyway, from here we get our introduction to Marky Mark. He's back! And remember, he was an inventor in the last movie? A piece of crap inventor that makes nothing that actually works? Well, Now, he is somehow someone that knows how to work the alien technology, and his inventions now work, and where is the continuity? But it does lead to an interesting moment where Marky Mark threatens to punch a child.
Cool, you want to get punched in the face like really hard?
No.
Good, go.
Okay.
And again, Bumblebee now has a new power. He can literally turn into a dozen pieces and bring himself back together again. Surely this would have been ultra convenient in the other movies. Yes, but yet conveniently he forgot he had that power because Michael Bay Transformers. Once again, illustrating how Michael Bay thinks his audience are morons. So anyway, Optimus Floating Prime lands back on Cybertron. He meets his god, Quintessa, some weird tiny snake transformer lady who is basically the god of the Transformers, apparently anyway. And they have a little altercation. She says, "You're mine to command." And that's it. Optimus Prime becomes her bitch, evil, and a moron. This movie is so disjointed, it has like 5 subplots and stories running through it that are so poorly handled. Why the decision to make this so needlessly convoluted was made, I've got no idea. But hey, part of that convolution introduces us to our other woman of the movie, British Megan Fox, an intelligent badass. Flash cut back to Optimus Prime again, and again, the sign of these movies having absolutely no continuity, we learn that, once again, there is another MacGuffin on Earth. You know, like the Cube, like the Allspark, yeah, you get the picture. All of these things that will suddenly save the universe and save humanity, that every time is conveniently forgotten in favour for the singular object they need to find in that specific movie. Surely, when you think, oh, this would help us, you would also remember the other objects that could help out in future as well. And, you know, gather them all up just for safekeeping. But no. Optimus Moron Prime, the floating frozen robot, displayed his intellect by flying off into space and immediately becoming an ice pole. That's why. I've no idea why the fans of these movies allow this kind of fuckery to go by unchecked, but seriously, you think they'd realise that this is a huge universe-breaking plot hole. But then again, Michael Bay clearly knows his audience's IQ level and is catering to it. From here, we see our token stereotype robots.
I will kill you, flying rat! He's very little, very tiny.
Losing our red signal.
Which is hilarious, because in the very next scene, they hang a lantern on Marky Mark calling a Native American chief, where his response is, "That's vaguely racist." Oh, you mean like the stereotypes you show in the movie? Vaguely racist?
Are you the tribal chief?
Yeah, but from you it sounds, I don't know, vaguely racist.
But don't worry about it, because the racist remarks and stereotypes are offset with the fact that there are baby dinosaur robots now. Ah, sorry, how did this happen? I know the birds and the bees, but I didn't know there was the spanners and wrenches. Did the Dinobots hump their way out of extinction? So anyway, we see the 6 horns, they start appearing on the world, and check this out, this is where the universe breaks itself so hard it is just 1,000 million pieces. The horns are revealed to be Unicron. Yeah, the planet-sized transformer is a planet. It's Earth. And we never see it. Well done, Michael Bay. Well done. Because if we do ever see Unicron in this universe, the absolute awesome Unicron, we'll die. Yay. It's like Michael Bay reads the forums or fan sites and just goes, that is such an awesome idea. We could include that in the universe, in the films that I am making. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to crap all over it. Well done. Well done. And we all know Michael Bay loves to copy everything that is current. When this was released, we saw Suicide Squad and Star Wars. Yeah, remember? So we get this shitty little robot. That is the Michael Bay version of BB-8. And then we also got this awesome montage of Megatron requesting his crew to be released from the US government, with subtitles to repeat exactly what Megatron had already said, their names. Why? Again, because Michael Bay knows how dumb his audience is. This is just a repeat of Suicide Squad. So, incredibly, the government makes a deal with the Decepticons. Why? Because they conveniently forgot everything that happened in the previous movies? The times they wanted to destroy the Earth, kill humans, so on and so forth. But no, government, they make a deal with the evil robots because reasons. So anyway, the military chase Cade, Marky Mark, with drones. because of course we have to be current and up to date when the most obvious line is given.
There's always one in charge, just like back in Chicago, like a mother.
Yeah, no shit. You'd think it might be the biggest one there? Do you think it might be the one that looks completely different? The one that's actually leading them? I think it might be anyway, but I mean, I'm not Einstein or anything. But yeah, I think it might just be. It's about an hour in, and I'm losing brain cells left, right and centre. Nothing has happened, no story has been progressed. All we've seen is some characters, some action, and some convoluted crap that means the filmmakers forgot the last movies. But it's about an hour in, and it's at this point that, for some reason, the CGI gets really bad. And these films are built on their effects, right? Because as we've established, they don't have a story or continuity. The effects is what carries them. So why in the hell do we have this? And yeah, outside of the fact the CGI is bad, he obviously looks like C-3PO. And hilariously, once more, they choose to hang a lantern on the fact that they ripped off Star Wars by saying he's a C-3PO lookalike. It doesn't work though, it's still a rip-off, it's still just raping what is current at the time, and because of this, it doesn't hold up. It's not creating anything original. Nothing that relies on pop culture of the time holds up years down the line. Anyway, this movie is trash, and I could continue on, but my brain is turning to pulp, and I can feel it. It's like a slush puppy of Mr. H brain. It's bad. It shouldn't have made any money. You should not support this shit universe, and if you do, well, you're the target audience of morons. I give this movie a 1 out of 10. It's garbage. If you're new here and you enjoyed this video, hey look, consider hitting that subscribe button to stay tuned for more, and give this video a like, as that actually helps me out, believe it or not. And also, remember, these are just tongue-in-cheek. I do not just do these kind of videos, I do normal reviews of good movies. But hey, if you enjoyed this and you like what I do here, consider becoming a patron to the channel if you want to support what I do, because YouTube loves to hit creators with their ever-changing monetization policies. Anyway, and as always, I've been Mr. H, and I'll catch you in the next video.